Formula E gets a nose job and releases the new season's race schedule. A Corvette sets a new top speed record. Cute cars can be quick, very quick. Welcome to EV Racing TV News, Episode 3. Formula E has unveiled its new look for the 2016 and 17 race season. The two-tier wing has already seen a visible presence online as teams run private testing. Reigning Formula E champion Sebastian Buemi for Renault Dames says, "I like the look of the new front wing. It looks a little bit more futuristic, and from the inside of the car you can see the top part of the wing, so visually for the driver there is also a small change. We want Formula E to look different and to be different, and the new wing is a good way of showing that. I don't think it will make too big of an impact on aero, which isn't the ethos of the championship, but it's a good way to show a visual development heading into Hong Kong for the start of season 3. There seems to be a difference of a little bit of different opinion on whether or not the front wings add any real downforce over the previous one. But one thing is for certain is that it does add strength. And being that Formula E has become a bit of a contact sport, the frailty of the previous wing has come into play in more than one occasions. So the strength of the new wing is an important element as into the upcoming season, and it looks good too. You know, look at this. It's got I love the question mark. What's the question mark about? On that, and then it's a good looking wing. I like the Qualcomm car. I think it's do really well. It's gonna be more stout, and that's a good thing. So on to the schedule. 5 new cities for the third Formula E season. The E Championship calendar was announced last week, I believe. I should check the date. Anyway, they've released the calendar, and having it being approved by the FIA World Motorsport Council by an e-vote, the calendar features 14 races to be staged in 12 of the world's leading cities, with the double headers in Montreal and New York. In addition to the ep3, there will be a special event, the FIA Electric Mobility Forum, which will take place in Las Vegas on January 7th. Formula E is all about showcasing fully electric racing together with the most iconic landmarks in the world. And the calendar for the next season certainly matches our ambitions, said Formula E CEO Alejandro Agag. Excuse me for messing that up if I did. It's futuristic to be able to bring its... It doesn't say that at all. What it really says is, it's fantastic to be able to bring Formula E to new markets, but more importantly, to new fans. It will be great to finish the third season in New York, pending the approval of all the relevant stakeholders. The growth and interest in the sport has been on an upward trend since the very beginning, and I'm sure that the third season of the FIA Formula E Championship will once again prove to be a thrilling spectacle. I agree. Here's a look at the Season 3 calendar. What we got over here? Let's check this out. Kind of got to run all this myself here. So we got Hong Kong, Marrakesh, November. And then there's a huge gap, like from November to February, and that's where they're going to stick the Las Vegas bit in there. I would very much like to go down there for that. We'll see if we can't make that happen. Buenos Aires again, Mexico City again. Also, I would love to be able to go down to to Mexico City and see that race. To be announced, and then we have Monaco, Paris, Berlin, to be announced again, Europe, somewhere. Brussels, Montreal for 2 races, and then ending in New York with 2 races as well. So, the obvious thing that I can see here is no Long Beach. No Long Beach. I was really looking forward to going down there. But Long Beach has been cut and will not return in Season 3, despite being a popular event for the first 2 seasons. The race has been cut due to the number of new events added. Las Vegas will play host to a non-championship event as well as the FIA Electric Mobility Forum. The event is a computer race on the R-Factor 2 game with 10 gamers qualifying via the Road to Las Vegas scheme to go up against the 20-strong Formula E grid with a sizable, whatever that means, financial reward to the winner. So, that seems like a lot of fun, and I would like to participate in that if I can. Let's see if we can get acquire the equipment to do so, to go into that kind of series. So now we're talking from a console like an Xbox or a PS4, you need to have a PC, and I have laptops. So to get a PC, a decent gaming wheel at the tune of $400 to $500, depending on where you're shopping. Pull a TV from here, grab a chair there to get a real setup to participate at a top level, starting from scratch. You're talking about, I don't know, probably scrap that together for $1,200. I'll do my best. It seems like a lot of fun, and I would love to participate in that and report on it as we go along. We'll see what we can do. From Rockville, Maryland, Genovation, the green car company, has made history by breaking the land speed record for a street-legal all-electric vehicle with the Genovation Extreme Electric Car, the GXE. The GXE reached the record-breaking speed of 205.6 miles an hour at the Space Florida Shuttle Landing Facility in Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The record was certified by the International Mile Racing Association and broke the previous record, which is also held by them, at 186.8 miles an hour. The GXE was designed to do 2 hard laps at the Nuremberg Ring, thanks to a 40-foot, well, that's a long battery pack. How about we go with a 44-kilowatt battery pack that uses the same sort of cylindrical 18650 cells that you can find in a Tesla. We are thrilled that after setting a record earlier this year, we were able to further enhance the GXE's performance and break our own record, said Andrew Saul, CEO of Genovation. We have managed to create a car that is both exhilarating for drivers and gentle on the environment. The GXE is a Z06 Corvette that has been re-engineered by Genovation to be a performance-driven all-electrical vehicle. It includes a state-of-the-art battery management system, inverters, batteries, and 2 electric motors that produce in excess of 600 horsepower and 570 foot-pounds of torque. The car has a range of 130 miles during normal driving with a near 50-50 weight distribution and is optimized for low center of gravity. It's truly a performance vehicle that is meant to excite drivers with speed and responsiveness like the Corvette, which is a brilliant car. The new Corvettes, they're brilliant. My hats off to GM for getting that together. Genovation is currently in the testing and development phase for the GXE, accepting pre-orders for limited edition vehicles in the 3rd quarter of 2016. From an Autoblog article, I read that the pricing is for either $330,000 if you walk in empty-handed, or $290,000 if you show up with your own Corvette. I wonder if they could do that same thing to like a 69. My favorite Corvette. I got 67, 69, and 2016. My favorite years of Corvette. Everything in the 80s, I don't care. Anyway, I digress. So last year they were trying to do pre-orders and maybe sell 10 of the vehicles per year and making less than 20 units overall. So let's watch that run, shall we? Let's do that. Sounds brilliant, doesn't it? It's, I love that. Sounds like a jet fighter. That's awesome. That's awesome. Looks good, like the space shuttle. Talk about white knuckle driving. Pasty white.
Woohoo! 200 mile an hour, baby!
Love that 60s helmet too, style helmet. I'm sure it's up to specs, but it's got that classic 60s, early 70s styling. And look at that, 205.6 miles an hour. Congratulations to you. Let's hear that sound again. That was just, that sounds great. Let's hear that again. Turn that up. That just sounds brilliant. Finally, an electric car that sounds awesome on its own merits. Congratulations to the Genovation team and the best of luck on your future endeavors. This story has been all over the internet, and our contribution comes with the help of InsideEVs.com. Jonny Smith, a presenter on TV's Fifth Gear since 2006, approached Adrian Flux to sponsor his dream 4 years ago. The motoring journalist and serial car modifier took his Enfield 8000 to a record-breaking 9.86 seconds at 121 miles an hour in the quarter mile. That's a bit quicker than John Whalen's White Zombie at 10.25 seconds, and just a hair quicker than Mitch Medford's Zombie 222 at 9.
New messages received from Richard Sloan. New messages received from Richard Sloan.
It's Richard Sloan, my co-editor. All right. Talking about this new format where I comment on videos. Okay. So, that is just a hair quicker than Mitch Medford's Zombie 222 at 9.89 seconds. Originally boasting just 8 horsepower, the car dubbed the Flux Capacitor now packs more than 800 horsepower and 1,200 foot-pounds of torque, and quietly rockets to 113 miles an hour in 6 seconds. To put that in perspective, it outpaces modern supercars like the Lamborghini Aventador, the McLaren 650S, a Porsche 911 Turbo S, a Nissan GTR, and even Tesla's incredibly capable P90D electric car. I'm in awe of what this little yellow thing can cope with. Despite so many racers telling me that a 68-inch wheelbase car could never safely go as fast as we wanted, the Enfield has proven them wrong, says Jonny. The original car was designed to drive up to speeds of 40 miles an hour. Now, triples that speed within the quarter mile without any aerodynamic alterations whatsoever, which is a testament to the original design. Jonny rescued the Enfield from a flood damage write-off 4 years ago and restored the car before adding the 21st century electric technology. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this run here. It's just, I gotta say, this is a cute car. I mean, I've seen electric cars and they just look dumb. This one looks awesome. So it's racing a V8 powered something or another right next to it, which is the sound you hear. The sound of losing, by the way. $121.73. That's fast. That's really fast. Excellent. The car is powered by 188 lithium-ion battery cells built into enclosures under the bonnet and boot. That's hood and trunk for us Americans. I'm actually Canadian, but whatever. Those batteries are generating 2,000 amps and 400 volts to a pair of DC 9-inch motors to drive the back wheels. Jonny says, I set out to build a British electric hot rod. I hope I've achieved something left field enough to prove that David certainly can beat Goliath. More like Enfield enough. Good stuff indeed. I will include the full article from Inside EVs and also a great piece done by Fully Charged. It's a YouTube show on Jonny's car in the descriptione down below. Okay? You know that little space down there, if you're watching this on YouTube, that says read more. Click on that and all sorts of stuff will open up that you can check out. That's what we have for this show. We're still working on the format to see what is entertaining for you to watch and reasonable for us to make at this hobby level. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.